I heard the gunshots. It sounded far, but it sounded so near. Orlando, Florida, Pine Hills area, Hiawassee. Just not the best really growing up. My mom did the best she can though. You know, I had friends that were, you know, selling weed and friends that were smoking weed, and it was just hard not to be distracted because it was always surrounded by me. You know, my mom would always tell me, oh, can't hang around with these guys and stuff like that, but I just didn't listen. My mom, she had a friend from the church whose kids were here at the school already, and she convinced my mom to send me here to Union back in 2019, and so that's what my mom did.
First memory of Rico, I remember going, I was actually sitting in Daniel Force's office and we were talking about the upcoming season and potential players, and he mentioned that there was somebody who had shown up just today, and it just so happened that he walked in and we just had a quick introduction, and then I had invited him to come play basketball with us that night.
Like, awesome. Like, that feeling was just like, wow, like I'm actually doing this. I'm actually playing college basketball. So it was tough, but I loved it. I mean, we didn't win any games, but I loved the experience.
So Rico, on the first day of class, spring of 2020, in Intro to Psychology, I walked in and he made his way in and took up a comfortable position on the back row, reclined and ready for what he was going to do in that class, which was really, you know, sleep. I just could not reach out to him in that semester. And those were the times when I saw him in class, you know. So then a lot of the other days, I just didn't see him there.
I knew, again, that there were issues in terms of class, but I didn't know to what extent. And then eventually we heard the extent, and it was alarming.
So my 2 years here, because I was so distracted, my grades were not good at all. And so I had to leave the school. The school said I couldn't come back.
Do you mind if I tell him what the GPA was? Yeah. I think it was a .05 GPA. And I remember some of us talking about how you got to really try to get into .0s.
I just went right back to what I was doing. Weed and raw, just trying to make money, just hustling, basically. The girl I was talking to, she didn't like what I was doing, so I got a job, and I was working at Hertz. I was working an overnight job at Hertz, just a tire lube technician. I was making good money, but I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to go from job to job for the rest of my life. I actually want to do something, so I wanted to go back into school. And that's when I gave Coach Drew a call. I was like, hey, Coach, I want to come back. When
he said that he wanted to come back, I quite honestly was like, man, it's a long shot, but you know, if it happens, I'll be excited because I missed having Rico around.
Growing up at Ventus, it always feels weird to go out on Friday nights because my mom never let me go on Friday nights. I was staying with my cousins at the time, and she wanted to go to this Airbnb party. I decided to go because I didn't want them to go by themselves. So I went, and I had a bad feeling about it though. Before I left, I had a bad feeling. Well, Airbnb party in Florida is just, it's a big house, say like a big mansion that's rented for the weekend. Parties are thrown. Obviously, there's liquor involved, weed, and all type of activities. And usually they get shut down depending if it's super loud because the neighbors that actually live in those houses will call the cops. That's basically what happened. So I was there for a good 30 minutes until the tow trucks came. I ran to his car, and I was like one of the first people out. I'm getting on I-4. I'm in the right lane. 2 cars just come from probably the previous exit, probably doing 120 and just let shots fire. 2 shots in the hood and 3 shots at my door because I was driving, and one of the shots got me on my left side. I didn't really feel it until I jerked off the highway, and I just felt right here, and I just saw blood, and I was like, I got shot. I had a ruptured spleen. I honestly thought I was gonna die. I was just laying on the floor. And that's when everything just flashed through my eyes, my life, just everything. And I had a song that I grew up in the church with, in the Haitian church, and I just started singing that song. When my kuge song by Guy Members when, so when my kuge song by Guy Members when, upa when santi pardonne. And it's basically calling out to the Lord for help. After I sang those songs, I was just calm, but I still was in pain, but I was just very calm until the ambulance came. The first question I asked them was, will I be able to play basketball again? When I got shot, I went down to like 155. So I was like really skinny. I wasn't eating in the hospital either. And so I was just depressed. Emotions just left and right. First person I contacted was Coach Drew. And I told him, hey coach, like I'm really serious about coming back.
And he had mentioned again that he wanted to be here. And I said, it's getting a little late in the game, Rico. It's gonna take a miracle at this point.
Really my prayer was, God, you've opened all these doors. If it's not for me, close all doors. That was really it was just a simple prayer. Just, if it's not for me, close all doors. And he just kept opening doors for me. This is a community, and so I really like that. And so that was like really my number one decision in coming back. That everyone is friendly and willing and open arms, ready to help, like student success and student centered. The fact that the resources that we have here, the fact that they're so helpful, I didn't use them before. I felt like if I had a chance to use them, it would benefit me.
I truly did not think it was going to happen, but here he is. He's at school and he's doing awesome.
He took the class fall of 2023. First day, he walked up to my desk and said, hey, I really want to do well in this class this semester. He started participating, raising his hand, having questions and comments, and would come ask me questions about assignments, and he was tremendously successful the whole semester.
My first semester back, and I finished with a 3.25, so I really did good in classes that made me eligible to play basketball again this semester, so just really grateful for that. Oh, my mom's she's everything. She's everything. Got emotional about that, but she's happy that starting to get focused and everything. So yeah, I'm just grateful for it.